Hello and welcome to my channel. So I'm Chelsea. To put a face to the name, this is me. You know, just your average noddy angler who seems to quite like getting slimed up and pooped on by these handsome chappies. Today's video, however, will not be featuring any slimy slugs. I know, disappointing, right? Instead, we'll be heading all the way over to the Fraser River in Canada. Back in the summer of 2018, I was lucky enough to win Angling Direct's King of the Catch competition, and with that, a trip to fish for some absolute beasts known as sturgeon. We touched base in Chilliwack, and for the next week, each day consisted of waking up early, launching the boat and heading upriver to try our luck. Day one was pretty intense. We were jet-lagged, tired, yet still absolutely raring to go. Before I go any further, I've just got to stop to mention the views and scenery along the river. As you're already seeing, they were stunning and made the trip even more special. Anyway, back to the fishing. Our first stop was a beautiful little area home to lots of minnow. We needed to try and catch some fresh minnow to use as bait before heading off to our first location. Most of our fish came on pipe minnow, lamprey or salmon eggs, wrapped in a mesh or should I say ladies' stockings. We'd stop at each location and spend around 20 to 30 minutes there. If there seemed to be no interest, then we would move further along the river. It wasn't long though before the first bite came and I was in for the fight of my life. I think now is a great time to talk about just how incredible sturgeon really are. They have an almost leather-like feel and their bodies are covered in an armour of bony plates rather than scales. They are prehistoric looking and in fact could well be prehistoric with their incredibly long lifespan. Some are over 100 years old, which means they were swimming in the Fraser long before British Columbia even became part of Canada. Another pretty interesting fact is that due to their long life, they grow slowly, which means they are not ready to spawn until the females are over 18 years of age and the males of at least 14 years of age.
Let's go then. Videoing. Good lad. Wrestle that fish.
This was in fact my biggest fish of the trip. Measured to be 7 foot long and an estimated weight of around 250 pounds. It's safe to say I ate the next morning, that's for sure.
Into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through.
Off we went on to the next location where my dad would have his first sturgeon. Now, to talk a bit about the way sturgeon feed. The body weight and mouth structure of a sturgeon is ideally suited for bottom feeding. They may not have the best of eyesight, but they do have highly sensitive barbels in which they use to locate their prey. They also have a rather funny looking extendable mouth which is used almost like a vacuum cleaner to suck up their prey.
Just hold on for dear life. Yet I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky.
As you can see, this lively fella really loved to tail walk. Watching one of these massive fish take hundreds of yards of line and then tail walk on top of the water was such an experience. One I definitely won't be forgetting anytime soon.
Look at it.
Sunset lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky.
Next stop, salmon fishing. We spent an afternoon targeting some salmon, a new species to add to my list. The Fraser receives one of the largest chum runs in the world, ranging in size from 8 to 20 pounds. Chum salmon, otherwise known as dog salmon due to their rather large teeth, are easily identifiable by the purplish vertical bars along their sides. They were great fun and gave a wicked little fight on light tackle. Such stunning fish.
I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall.
The salmon were great fun, but they were nothing quite like the sturgeon.
Power down, Chelsea. All right. Doing well.
Right, so those of you who know my dad and I personally will know that I normally always outdo him, but definitely not this trip. My dad thoroughly thrashed me on the last few hours of the final day with what was the biggest of the whole trip, an estimated weight of around 530 pounds and a length of over 9 foot long. Truly an unforgettable memory.
Feels like a nice suitcase. Long way down.
Yeah, Dad, power him in.
Bloody turd, really.
Watching my dad battle this thing was just something else. It took around an hour to land, and the smile on his face in the pictures just says it all, really. An absolute fish of a lifetime. An incredible end to an insane trip. And a part of me knows that one day we will definitely be returning.
Terrific memories.
I think that just about wraps up the video. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to stop and watch my dad and I's sturgeon adventure. If you enjoyed, don't forget to do this girl a favour and show your support by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me. Well, over and out guys. I'll be back soon with another video. Take care.